Otter Tail channel.
Tom.
Hi Tom, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So this is the 261.
This is the 261, the Milwaukee 261.
Okay, this is normally housed in Wisconsin, isn't it?
No house here in the Twin Cities.
Oh, it's in the cities.
It is.
Okay, there's a rail museum or something, isn't there?
There is, that's in St. Paul, and this is over in Minneapolis actually, just north of the river.
Okay, very good. Now this, I understand, is a coal train, is that right?
It's coal, yes.
It is coal. Okay, so that's a little bit unusual for the United States anyhow.
It wasn't when these were built, but
Right.
it is somewhat now. A lot of the bigger ones, particularly the western ones, tend to be all oil fired.
Yeah, well I know Big Boy's oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Big Boy was coal, and they
they converted it.
converted it to oil.
Oh, okay, very good. All right, well now this is a 484. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was made in 1944, is that right? Okay, 1944, so it's been around for a little while.
It has.
They did a beautiful job.
Well, it was over the Railroad Museum in Green Bay, so it was well taken care of before it was rebuilt by the Friends of the 261.
This is really a beautiful train. Now, I was gonna stop and ask if I could see them stoke it up, but I understand you just leave these running.
You need to fire it up?
Yeah, to fire up the engine, yeah.
Yeah, we did that before we came over here.
Okay, so it's been running for about a week now, right?
About a week and a half.
About a week and a half. And it's just, when you're done with it, you just park it, let it idle, and have someone feed the coal. Does the coal have to be shoveled in still?
It does primarily when we're sitting at night, but when we're running in the daytime, if we're running at any speed at all, we have a stoker.
Okay, is it like a conveyor belt type thing?
It's an auger.
Oh, it's an auger, okay. So no more fireman then?
Oh yeah,
Oh, well, of course, to start it.
that's how I get this dirty.
Are you the one that puts, now you,
And there's about 5 of us.
now,
We started with coal, and then it's hard to get coal to ignite. It takes a lot of heat to ignite coal.
Right.
So we put wood on top. We put the coal in first, put wood on top of the coal. Start the wood on fire, the wood will get the coal burning.
oh, then the embers burn down into the coal then?
Yeah.
Okay. And does this one, you have there's the tank right there to empty the ashes, right? You have to empty the ashes, right? Okay. So this just has a tray that, and you guys...
Yeah, see these doors here?
Okay.
That's the hopper, and then what's called the ash pan.
That's the ash can.
No, most of it here, come on over here.
Okay.
That's what's in the ash, that wouldn't burn.
Oh no, heavens no. Sure. Okay. Well, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
How much longer do you think this thing will run?
I don't know. There's a lot of things that it's dependent on, like coal. Who knows what coal's going to do in the next 50 years?
And that's the nasty thing about it, is a lot of the power plants are switching from coal to natural gas, which is killing our train line.
It's making a difference for sure.
Yes. Well, I know that the pipeline in North Dakota, in Perham, where my live feed is, we used to get 50 to 60 trains in a 24-hour period. And now we only get about 25 in an 18-hour period. And we think that had something to do with the pipeline.
Power plants are changing to natural gas.
Good. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're inside of the 261 now. Can you guys tell me a little bit about how it runs?
Sure. I mean, it's a coal-fired engine, so it burns coal to burn the water, to boil the water in the boiler.
Okay.
The boiler and the steam in the boiler goes into the
water
cylinders.
from there going here, like right now. Excuse me.
He's putting
Oh,
water.
and that moves the water. Wow.
We're adding steam to the water to overcome the boiler pressure with an injector.
Is that a pump or is that all steam pressure?
Injector.
Okay.
Steam. There's no moving parts to it.
A series of cones, and so the steam goes through the cones and increases the velocity of the steam, and then they mix the water and drops in or comes into the, into that jet stream, and then that venturi in effect takes, say we're at 240 pounds here, takes 240 pounds, increases it to about 242, 243,
okay,
so it can overcome the check valves and the pressure in the boiler and
right,
get in there. Otherwise, you're just 200 pounds to 200 pounds isn't going anywhere.
it's not, it's just going to sit
So
then.
that's how a steam injector works.
Okay,
As opposed to a hot water system where there's a pump that goes through a heating unit, usually up on the smoke box, in the smoke box, and then that heat preheats the water, and then there's a big, huge pump that then pumps, steam-driven pump that'll then pump it in that can generate more than the boiler pressure.
okay,
So that's the only time you're using a pump generally is with a hot water heating system. Otherwise, you're using injectors with cold water.
okay. Now I see back here, here's the shovel, and there's the there's your supply of coal. But I understand that the fireman doesn't have to shovel the whole time now, that you just get it started and then let the auger take over.
Auger down there.
Oh, wow.
You've got to run it so you can see.
There we go. How about that?
Coming up into the table and those jets there for what pressure. Okay?
Oh, that's beautiful. So you don't have a great big long rod that you need to run in here to even everything out?
Stir it up.
You do still have to stir it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the auger just gets it in and then you guys take care of the rest?
Well, the stirring up you're only doing because there's ash or it's bridging and it's clumping together or doing, you try not to put a rake in it.
Okay.
A lot of times you can just use the shakers down here
Okay.
and just give it a little shake, and that'll knock whatever crust is forming off of the top and then allow it to start breathing and get air through it again.
Okay. The
The
shakers.
only reason you really use a rake is to clean it in the morning, get the ash out, and if something's happening on the road, if you're using a rake, that means something not good has happened.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So you guys have to know what each and every one of these valves and meters say and do, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, if your meters pretty much tell you everything, or
Well, once you know the engine, once you know the steam engines, you can pretty much walk into just about anything and identify what's what.
okay,
They'll all the coal burners will have a cluster of valves here that adjust the jet
okay,
individually. They'll have a main one that provides the jet to them. They'll have a stoker. If you're in an oil burner, they've got a fuel lever or a fuel valve, fuel lever, and a steam lever.
okay,
But it's sort of the same thing. Every one of them is going to have a blower for the stack. When you're sitting there and you're not getting draft, that gives you the fire draft. The rails up there, everybody's got injectors, stokers. Those are all your shutoffs on the turret.
well, and there's more meters over there too then.
And over there is all the engineer's side. He duplicates the glass, but pretty much over on that end he's got brakes, throttle, forward, reverse, bells, sanders.
Okay, and you just run the steam then?
The fireman just is responsible basically for the water in the glass and the pressure on the gauge.
Okay,
Set the safety off here.
oh, how about that? So you can actually see the water there. Okay. Very fine. Well, my
The
goodness.
only difference with the little tourist ones is they don't have all of this stuff. There aren't as many valves, but looking in the big boy, you can pretty much even see what All that stuff is.
Is it pretty close to the same, big boy? They were built
They've got
about the
more
same time.
They've got a few more valves, but most of it just has to do with accessories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, train heat, lube heat, the steam heat for the, you know, in a train, they're still set up for that.
Do you know if they're the same maker or no? Because they were built about the same time, weren't they?
Yeah.
And there's the water valve. Okay, and this was 44 they built this.
44, I believe.
44, yeah.
Should all be up in there.
Oh, there we go. See if I can get a shot of that. Very fine. Well, thank you, sir, very much for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the day. So this is the North Pole Express. This is a steamer. It's a 484, built in 1944. This is a Milwaukee train, and it's called the 261. To learn about the 261, go to 61.com, and you can find out more about the train and give you more information about it. But just wanted to get a good look at this thing before we got it rolling. We got the kids checking out the train. The train will be running till this evening. It'll also be running tomorrow night. This is Friday the 13th. The train will also be running tomorrow night. Boy, people are really starting to show. Sorry for the shaky video. I'm not using my tripod today. I'm using a bipod. The closer I get in, the more shaky it is. Well, there's the signal. We're waiting for a green light so the North Pole Express can come by. Just to let you know, we're not going inside the train today. If you would like to see what's inside the North Pole Express, come to St. Paul, Minnesota, and take a ticket for the North Pole. We all recognize that sound. She's building up pressure. This is the place to bring the kids and the grandkids. Get the kids interested in train, folks. Come to the North Pole Express in St. Paul, Minnesota, and enjoy the fun. You don't get to ride in a steam engine train very often. 61.com is where you find out more information about this train and the North Pole Express. Please stop by. Tell them Otter Tail Channel sent you. North Pole Express at the Union Depot in St. Paul. Beautiful St. Paul. What a beautiful engine this is. Look at all of the people coming to ride on the North Pole Express. Come on down to St. Paul, folks. This is the place to be. Ride a steam engine train to the North Pole and talk with Santa Claus. Sorry for the shaking, folks. All I did was bring a bipod. I didn't bring a tripod. Sorry, it's too cold out here to run a tripod in here. The grease in the tripod will freeze up. So we're doing our best to bring you the 261, the North Pole Express in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.